so I was just feeling this sense of disappointment, which it made me feel so off center. And I listened to one of your messages, something you guys had posted on one of your platforms, and it just got me like, I woke up, I remembered, let me ask a different question. Let me see what this is really about, because I was so in it.
Right.
So can you talk a little bit about that? When you're so in it, how do you get from being in it, in the muck, in the dirt,
right,
to being able to ask that empowering question?
Right. That's called the quantum leap, where you go from one level to another without a ladder. And so one of the ways of doing that is being able to ask a question. One question, if a person is in a really dark space, because there's depression going on now too. There's people that are, having some very hard times. So you ask a question such as, if whatever this thing is, whatever the person thinks is causing the depression or causing the dark thing, if that were to last forever, what quality would I have to grow in order to have peace of mind? If you ask that question, the mind will go on a hunt. What quality would I have to grow? Is it kindness? Is it patience? Is it forgiveness? The mind will go on a hunt, and eventually you'll find what you need. Oh, God, I need to be more forgiving. Then what happens is the mind will start going towards forgiveness. I'm just using this as an example. And then the condition will recede in significance, and then forgiveness will open a window for you to see life differently. The perspective will change, you see. So the question is, if whatever this thing is, were to last forever, what quality would I have to grow, in order to have peace of mind? The mind goes on a hunt. So that's one way of doing it. The other thing that you did was you began to ask a different question. You began to ask a different kind of question. Now, most people will ask, what's wrong? Who's to blame? How did this happen? Why me? Those are disempowering questions. They don't take you anywhere but into a downward spiral. What's wrong? You start to get into what's wrong, and this is wrong, and this is wrong. Who's to blame? Oh, they're to blame. They did this. Why me? How did this happen? But if you ask another question, what is the meaning of this for me? You could ask, what is this? What is the meaning? For instance, sometimes when I have to do a memorial service, I did one recently, and I'll say, instead of asking, what is the meaning of this person dying so young, or I'll say, ask this question: how can I give my life meaning based on knowing this person? How can I give my life meaning? That changes the energy. Oh, this person was very gregarious. He's very loving, very forgiving. Oh, I can give my life meaning by taking some of those qualities and keeping him alive in my heart as I go on to life. So we can ask, what is the meaning of this? How can I grow? How can I become more myself? If you ask that question, the universe is going to answer it. But we have to be sincere in our asking. We have to really stop asking disempowering questions. They're called life's futile questions. What's wrong? Who's to blame? Why me? Those are futile questions. They have no answers to them. But if we ask a higher question, you start to ratchet out. Now, it doesn't mean that condition changes immediately, but as you said earlier, your perspective changes. Yeah. And then answers, guidance, intuitive hits, direct knowing, creativity, innovativeness starts to happen regarding the condition. You end up being a changed person. And then what do? Years later, you look back and you say, that was the best thing that ever happened to me. That negative thing, whatever it was that I hated, I look back at it now, it's grown me into this being.